On the heels of an announcement 3 weeks ago that GM is ceasing operations at its Grand Blanc Township plant, comes word late today that more than 200 hourly workers at the Delphi Flint East plant could be facing layoff. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Harris. And it is breaking news out of Flint. The automaker notifying employees at the Flint East facility it will cease operations in November of 2013. NBC 25's Josh Marshall picks up the story live outside of the Delphi plant in Flint. Josh.
Bill, nearly 300 employees are being laid off, and only 50 of them having recall rights to continue working for GM at another plant. Delphi says that this decision came down before the UAW members voted to authorize a strike. Today, GM officials visited Delphi Flint East and delivered notice around 4 p.m. of layoffs despite recent investments by GM into the area, like improvements at the complex on Van Slyke Road. In a special agreement between GM, Delphi, and the UAW in 2007, they would provide the workers at the facility and GM would employ the management team. As we told you last week, 651 and GM were hoping to sit down and negotiate a new contract after the current contract expired on September 14th of 2011. UAW President Art Reyes and the 651 members approved a strike authorization vote. However, GM has stepped in before they can vote to strike, leaving Reyes and the members of the UAW left stunned by this development.
This is a surprise, this announcement and the timing for this announcement. It offends me not only as a local union president, but as a taxpayer, less than 4 years after they were saved from liquidation by the United States government and taxpayers, for them to launch this on 250 families in Flint, Michigan. It's absolutely disgusting, and in my opinion, as an individual, it's cowardly.
Reyes was adamant that this isn't the end and the union is going to keep on fighting to reach an agreement. You can continue to follow this story as it happens on our website, mynbcnews.com. Live in Flint, Josh Marshall, NBC 25.
Josh, thank you very much. Well, GM has a long-standing history in Genesee County, but over time they have been slowly and methodically pulling out of the area due to cost-cutting measures. General Motors announcing just last month it would shut down the Weld tool plant in Grand Blanc Township. 343 workers were told they'd be reassigned to other plants in Michigan and Ohio this spring by that action. In November of 2010, 400 employees lost their jobs as the automaker shut its doors at the Flint Powertrain North. But they have also been adding to existing facilities. In March of 2012, GM announcing 235 part-time workers at the Flint Assembly would be hired on a full-time basis. And then in December, GM invested $7.5 million to establish a permanent presence at the Flint engine operations for union and engineers.